Good morning. So, I'm going to talk about another topic that I know is going to cause a lot of people to get butt hurt. Okay, go ahead. But this is one that I found out uh, through actually shadowing for a possible position that I was going to get into, and I just happened to walk in at the perfect time where they were actually doing an autopsy of a gentleman who weighed 350 pounds. He was a very avid meat eater. He was only, I think he was only like early 60s, if I'm not mistaken. He had 4 heart attacks over the course of his years because they could tell by his medical records. 4 heart attacks, 4, right? Bunch of strokes because of all the meat that he was eating and all the not taking care of himself, right? Um, and huh, they were actually I actually joined in the little party right when they were going for the intestines. Fun times, let me tell you. And that's when the young lady that was guiding me through the shadowing to see if this was something I was gonna want to do or not. Um, they were doing a step by step, and they were kind of doing a video to kind of like for like learning and going to schools and this is what you would run into and come in contact with kind of thing, um, because everybody eats meat around here. there's there's very few people that don't eat meat or don't eat a lot of it, right? But if you folks only saw what came out of this guy's intestines from 40 years of abuse, neglect, and self sabotage that this gentleman was doing to himself, um, you'd probably think twice about eating red meat. We're talking thick white globs of just tartar, if you will. And basically, what it was is it was every time this guy ate a steak or every time this guy ate a pork chop or something, right? Whatever he was eating, a portion of that meat would get stuck to his intestines and it would just rot. Right? It wouldn't come out. It wouldn't digest. It just sat in there and rotted. And like it was just nonstop. Like they would squeeze the intestine and the stuff would just like ooze out and it was just really thick, white, tartary looking like globs of it almost looked kind of like putty, right? Like you would or plaster Paris or whatever. It was just really thick and just really nasty. And they actually took samples of it and they were actually doing a full examination of what uh, this guy was all about. And it's almost like they were dissecting this guy down to the molecule, right? To kind of like get a baseline. And so the gentleman that took the samples and he put it underneath the microscope, he pretty much he came back and said that this guy was full of growth hormone from the red meat that he was eating. And we all know that the meat that we eat, a vast majority of it, there is some lean meat out there, and there is some people that don't put hormones in their animals. But for the most part, we are dealing with hormone grown animals. So in a sense, the meat that we eat is not really meat. It's more growth hormone and it's more synthetic, if you will. Kind of nasty, isn't it? To kind of nasty to think, isn't it? Um, I learned a lot that day. And yes, I will still enjoy some hamburger or a piece of steak every once in a while. Sure, right? I'm not completely omnivore or herbivore, but I have ventured over to the more the herbivore because it is just better for your body and it is just more easier for your body to digest. And if you're looking to stay lean, if you're looking to stay more healthy, if you're looking to be more light on your feet, you'll probably refrain from eating a whole lot of red meat because if you are an avid eat if you are an avid meat eater, you're gonna be a heavier person. That's just that's just truth. So there is a lot of other proteins that you can um, enjoy, that you can ingest, that your body won't have to go through all the stress that it goes under besides eating red meat. Um, I found out that if you have this big a steak, right, this size of steak, so uh, whatever this size of steak would be, and of course there's many different kinds and it comes in different shapes and all that. That takes your body 12 hours to break down. Think about that. 12 or more hours to break down this piece of meat. Okay? And it could be of any thickness. So think about how long it would take your body to break down something of this magnitude, right? Of any thickness. Think about that. 12 or more hours to break down this. So from that day on, I keep my meat eating to a minimum because after learning that we're not eating real meat, it's synthetically grown. It's synthetically grown. They pump their animals full of hormones and then we eat the meat. So inevitably we are eating the hormones too. Um, there's protein shakes, there's protein bars, there's chicken, fish. Of course, yes, we got to be careful with chicken. It seems like right now because it seems like that's we're always having issues with birds. um, but in fish, we kind of have to be mindful of because of the mercury and the other metals that might cause problems. But I'm trying to be more healthy minded, and I was just going to encourage all of you to be kind of more mindful too. Because once again, in this day and age, if we don't take care of ourselves, right, it all has to start with each one of us doing the work for ourselves and learning what is right and learning um, how to do things that will take care of us and not listen to people but find out truth. I find the truth. I look for the truth. But hope you're all having a great night. Love you all. Until next time.